Holla at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me.
Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Tap in real quick. Let me see if I got the. Okay, we got audio. Let me know if I'm echoing, chat. Let me know if I'm echoing. I'm trying to lapel mic. We got to do another production this week. Oh, man, I feel like I ain't been in front of the camera in a few days, man. I've been in front of the camera in a few days. Well, live anyways. So let me know how it sounds, how everything sounds. What's up, Jason? I see y'all in the chat. Jordan, Zach, I see y'all pulling up, man. Look, I'm just coming in to tap in. We really been on the move. Really want to thank y'all for supporting everybody that's been supporting. For you all that kind of know the back end of things and how we're moving right now. We're really getting prepped for spring ball. So been kind of tying some loose ends, and then we've been heavy in our recruiting. Been getting into baseball. Everything that we've been planning to do is coming together. I didn't realize how much movement it was going to be. I knew it could be done, but I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is something that mentally I didn't prepare myself for, but I'm grateful for the opportunities. We've kind of gotten our feet under our feet on solid ground, got our legs up under us, and now we about to y'all about to see it happen, man. What's up, Greg? How you feeling? I hope you haven't given up on the network, because spring ball is literally what you all know I do with the network and the type of information and coverage we provide. We'll be getting into that here next week. Spring ball kicks off, so we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. But leading off the show, this segment, we're going to be diving into the Alabama women's basketball victory over LSU last night, an overtime victory. Didn't like the way we had to go into overtime to finish, but you're talking about a skilled LSU team that came out and fought tooth and nail. So that one's going to be one to discuss and jump into. We're going to go over the stats, talk about some of the top performers from that game, some of the players that need recognition that may not show up on the stat sheets, but definitely when you go back and look at the game, were a key reason to why this game was able to be won in the fashion that it was. Shout out to Coach Curry and all those ladies for doing what they do, man. It was great seeing them grab that victory last night. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Yesterday was one of the most energy draining days I've had in a long time, and I mean, like, soon as the game was off, I was like knocked out, just kind of full emotion, energy, and everything just kind of played out. Definitely gonna, dive into that, look at some of the highlights. Well, not the highlights, but look at the stats and break that down. But then also on top of that, men's basketball, we got big game coming up Saturday. I want to say that game's against Tennessee. We have a matchup against Tennessee this Saturday, Alabama men's basketball. Huge matchup as far as solidifying where Alabama men's basketball will be seated in the postseason. The conference tournament is coming up March 12th, starts March 12th. And then that week, after the tournament is complete, we have selection Sunday for as far as the NCAA National Championship Tournament seeding. So we'll be keeping our eyes, keeping a close watch on that. We kind of have a layout set up here, kind of explaining how things are shaping up, or how they're going to be broke down when it comes to men's basketball and the conference tournament. Now, it's looking like right now that Auburn is going to pull away with the SEC regular season title, which is fine. We don't care. But tournament, we definitely will have a chance. Our main goal is getting that double bye. I don't want to see any of those bottom tier Cinderella teams after two games of being warmed up, or having to go through two of those teams. My fault. I don't want to have to go through two of those teams to get to the SEC championship. Let those guys beat up on each other and run those games those 3 or 4 days in a row. And then by the time they get to 2 days in a row, by the time we see them, they third game in the third day, and we're waiting on them fresh. Shots up, condition, your treatment for your body, keeping everything intact. Appreciate everybody for pulling up, man. We got 30 people here in the chat right now. We got 9 on you, 21 on Twitter, and we got 1 on Facebook. If you could just drop a reaction, drop a like on the stream as you come in. And don't forget, this stream is sponsored by the AAA family. You all, the AAA members of the Coach Smook Network here, where we believe in authenticity above all. You want to become a member of this channel and support the channel and help you to grow. Think about becoming a member. There's a link that can be provided to you in the chat by our moderators, or you can type in !AAA and it'll bring up the link. Think about joining the membership. We got our VIP perks kicking out in April, where all of our VIP members will start to receive merchandise from the network, Coach Smook Network, pins, stickers. Maybe it's a t-shirt this month. We don't know. Whatever the vibe calls for, the VIP members will be privy to it. But regular members, we got so much going to be happening over the spring and the summer when it comes to football. If you want to be the first to know, if you want to know the quality information, the important stuff, the right information, definitely want to grab one of those wristbands and earn your birth certificate and join the AAA family so that you can stay up to date, because we're going to be bringing it all off season. And then y'all already know when it comes to the season, how we move on campus with Coach Smook. Score prediction segments, our Saturday kickoff segments, all of these things are coming here to the coach, are here at the Coach Smook Network. So you being a member is helping support that and continuing to help that be a product that we can provide here. Hey, Mary J, good to see you this morning. Thank you for tapping in. And yes, so, and then another, you all, as you all are in, I know we only have a few live right here on YouTube, 12 right now on YouTube. I know everybody's like, man, all those people left, the numbers are dying. It's not that. I've actually talked to people. If you go look at our numbers now, people actually are catching our lives. They're watching them post live, and they're not able to get their notifications. So can you all help us out by dropping a like, by commenting, and sharing the live stream, especially if you have friends or family members that usually tune in. I'm ready to see the chat ramp back up. We got spring ball. We're going to have those spring streams coming up. I don't want y'all to wait until then to be noticed. I want to start seeing names and getting acquainted faces once again. A whole new season. We're going into year 2 of covering Alabama spring ball as Coach Smook. So I'm excited about this, and I'm ready to get into it. So that's the intro to the show. Thank y'all for tapping in. I just wanted to give the first 10 minutes to kind of get everybody in. Let's get into our topics for the day. I told you all we're changing the whole delivery up and how we do this for the off season. And I want to talk about it, man. Last night was a great victory. Alabama, our number 20 ranked women's team. Alabama, number 20 ranked Alabama takes down number 7 LSU in dramatic fashion. Overtime was a crazy. I mean, for LSU to fight back the way they did, it had my heart beating a little bit. Like I said, I was so dog tired yesterday. But they fought back. The second quarter, to me, was the separation for Alabama. The second quarter really allowed us to separate and maintain that lead and hold on to that lead, because in the fourth quarter, LSU came out on fire. They came out in the third quarter. They kind of changed the momentum. Our lead from the first half maintained it, but then they really kicked it up in the fourth quarter, and I think they got gassed in the fourth quarter. Like, we had just enough lead and enough key plays or mature plays to keep them from really ramping it up and taking a run and taking the lead in the fourth quarter, because at no point did they hold the lead in the fourth quarter. Great composure by this team. Shout out to our big three, Aaliyah Nye, Zay Green, and Sarah Ashley Barker. All of them were in double digits last night. As a matter of fact, let me pull up the stats. I pulled the stats off. I did some quality work this time. We're not gonna be too ratchet today. We're trying to level up. So We did some quality control work on the back end for y'all this morning. Here we go. And StreamYard did an update that they didn't care to tell nobody about. But here we go. Check this out. Let me know how this looks on y'all screen. Let me see. I think we could pull it. Let me see. I think I'm gonna go here with it. All right, that looks good. That looks good. I'm gonna zoom in for all my blind people, all my fellow blind people. All right, so looking at the screen, man, hopefully everything looks good for y'all. Essence Cody played big minutes. Your 4 out of your starting 5 are always going to play big minutes. Depending on how Weathers or Collins is playing that night, that's who you will see kind of play those 5th, 6th man type minutes, because they both provide the same quality of production when you put them in the game. They can give you offense, but their main thing is being that extra piece off of the ball, moving without the ball, and their defensive presence on the perimeter is key to the success of this team. But looking at the stats, y'all, just look at the big 3. You got double-digit points from all big. Essence Cody, our big man holding it down in the paint. Our big woman. I don't want to say big woman because then people might take it as wrong, but she holding down the paint. That's our big. Like I said, I've been so proud of her confidence in her offensive game. Last night, I saw her rebound from what she didn't do at Auburn, which was set the screen and dive towards the basket with intention to receive the ball and be effective around the rim, right? Whether that was catching the ball, securing it strongly and kicking it out, making a better pass, or catching the ball and making a strong play at the rim. And last night, she shot, I want to say, maybe 10 of her 17 points in that type of action. And then also, she was creating 2 or 3 possessions. She went and was assertive in creating her own shot in the paint. So I was excited to see that. And to do that against a quality team like LSU, I think there has to be a couple of tough games to get you to wake up, especially in this league. In the SEC, it kind of gets on both sides, men's and women's basketball. You get to a stage in the season where you just kind of the great teams, they find a way not to get burned out, right? The good teams, they find a way to rebound, they get burned out. This team was on such a high horse, and we went on maybe a 4 or 5 game skid where there was a lot of inconsistency. But these last 2 games, Auburn and LSU, we've seen some consistency with their production. The rebounds have been up. Total rebounds for the team, 43, which is right around that the amount volume of shots that we get up. Offensive rebounds, I definitely want to see that number go up. But defensively, to be, right there neck and neck with LSU, who has the bigger personnel. They have the bigger personnel groupings. But to out-rebound them on the defensive side was a key to kind of sustaining, because we didn't necessarily score on those possessions in the second half, but us maintaining that advantage in the defensive rebounds limited their second chance points, which in turn limited the amount of possessions that kept them from winning the game. So proud of our ladies there. The shooting from beyond the arc. LSU they're not going to try to kill you from the 3, but we're going to get our shots up. That 33%, yeah, literally on the dot, 33% is right where you need to be. If you're going to be shooting 20 plus threes in a game, like Alabama, both men's and women's team, you're going to need to be at that 33, 37%, that 40% mark, if that's what you're going to live and die by. And this team was able to execute last night. The free throw line looked good at the free throw line once again. Only missing 5 from the line. You look at where the misses came from, uncharacteristic misses from Sarah Ashley Barker. And then Diana Collins, who doesn't get to that much. You saw where she was being very assertive on the offensive side, and it played out well for the team as a whole. So Alabama getting that victory against LSU last night was huge, not only just for our conference standards, but also their SEC tournament resume and their seeding, where they're going to see in the not just the SEC tournament, but the NCAA tournament for the women's side, because I believe both the men's and the women's team can make a strong push towards the. I see the ladies team making a shoe in for the Sweet 16, where they will get challenged, and then we would have to see some of the characteristics that they displayed last against a quality LSU team, in the Sweet 16, that's when you start to get to that level where those characteristics need to be displayed or produced in those games, in those times. So shout out to the women to finish the season off. Once again, like I said, last game of the season, we got Oklahoma at Oklahoma on the 2nd, which will be Sunday at 1:30 p.m. I'll be tuned in. Another ranked matchup, another opportunity, another conference, a ranked conference matchup to, just boost that resume, because our women's tournament starts next week. Women's conference tournament start next week. So we'll be paying close attention to that, keeping our head, staying in tune with our Lady Crimson Tide. Just to kind of round out the stat sheet though, shout out to Aaliyah Nah again, being efficient from 3-point line, 3 or 4 to 75%. Carly Weathers with her activity on the boards yesterday, also in assisting, right, distributing the ball, catching the ball, having the opportunity to take a contested shot, but making an extra pass, and 2 big threes came off of her extra pass last night. Big issue that we got to fix though. Once again, the turnovers that allowed LSU to get in the game in the second half. We took care of the ball in the first half, but in the second half we were kind of sloppy. But what was good is they did not capitalize off the points off of turnovers. They got 21 points off of turnovers. Well, you had 16 turnovers. That means they're not getting points. You got a 1-to-3 ratio as far as points they were getting turnovers. So solid game by our ladies. Kudos to them. W's in the chat for Alabama basketball. #GLG for our ladies, our Lady Crimson Tide, and getting that victory last night. Appreciate everybody for pulling up once again. If you are enjoying your Alabama women's basketball, give me some predictions. Where does this team go for you all? Where is this women's team? Where does Coach Curry and this women's team, what is their ceiling right now for this Alabama basketball? I think they have a good chance to push for the SEC title, right? You saw how closely we played South Carolina earlier in the season. We've seen South Carolina slip up and lose sight in certain games this season. We have a Texas women's team that's very competitive. Oklahoma, their women's team is starting to pick it up. LSU is going to be there. Tennessee is going to be there. So we're right in that mix. Where does Alabama women's basketball team fit in this mix as far as being crowned as SEC champs, but then also the March Madness, the national championship tournament, our national basketball tournament? So give me your thoughts on that. I'm gonna make sure I clip that for our VOD here at the 20 mark. We moving along, man. I'm getting this. Yeah, I gotta take a moment and just take appreciation to my mentor. I won't mention his name, but shout out to him, man. Had a good conversation with him 2 days ago, and he told me just to kind of trust the process, trust the change. This is not the delivery I'm used to, but this is something that I felt would be good for growth in this industry, but also some of the network connections that I'm making. We're transitioning the game, guys, and we're really putting our footprint in it. And I want to say, like, subconsciously, I'm really sticking to this schedule, and I'm proud of myself. So I want to just be thankful to God, and shout out to my mentor for that little piece of a pointer that you gave me. It really helped out. Thank you, man. But moving along, what's up, Megan? Megan popping in. What's good? What's good, sis? Welcome in. Drop a like on that stream. Make sure y'all share it. I only see 4 shares on the stream. If you all don't know how to stream, one of my moderators in the chat can teach you or show you how, but it's so easy. Just hit that share button, share it to Twitter, share it to Facebook, put a message next to it. With the algorithm, if you just shared, a blank share, it's not going to get any looks. If you share and say, hey, Roll Tide, or hey, I'm tuning in to Coach Smook, that helps a lot better. So if you all could do that, that will help us out greatly. Moving to the next topic, man. Alabama's men's basketball. I'm not gonna lie, man. The game against Mississippi State, I was thoroughly impressed how they came out and just kind of lit it up from the 3-point line. Shout out to his young blood. CYB has really been in his bag the last 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 games. Maybe not as far as volume or shots being put up, but his percentage, his efficiency has been what's kind of kept this team afloat in this stretch. in this stretch, in this gauntlet of a stretch that we have. And we kind of talked about the production last live stream with this team. And I just wanted to kind of highlight some of the key points for the production from this team. And this is not garbage play. This game was, the midway point through the second half, we still had competitive play going on. It wasn't sloppy. It ended up being a quality game. So let me pull this up. I don't know if it pulled the graphic up for you all. There it is right here. So let me go back over here. Look at this 3-point percentage, y'all. 22 threes. 22 threes in the game. 48%. We almost shot 50% from the 3-point line. That's not a scary number when you shoot 15 threes. But when your team is shooting 30 plus threes and they're hit, 35, like that, like I said, my favorite number, 33 to 38%, 33 to 40%. If they're able to do that, that's a dangerous team that's shooting 30, 35, 40 threes in a game. You got a team putting up 45 good threes, not just hitting 22 of them, but 28 assists. So 22 of the shots made, right, on 28 of these assists were threes. That's efficient basketball. A lot of people won't like those numbers. They won't like the 45 three-pointers, but that's efficient numbers when you have 28 assists. That's not a bunch of ISO, getting your own shot, trying to go one-on-one, trying to be double team, shooting bad threes over quick kicks. Like, this is quality ball movement. And Mississippi State is a team that prides them on their defense, right? All season, every team in the SEC, basketball-wise, they've always kind of commended Mississippi State. Don't let that record fool you. A lot of times it's just not shots not going down. You look at how they shot against us, 20% from the three-point line shooting threes, 38% from the field. It's literally they're shooting because they hit their free throws. They force turnovers, right? They force turnovers. They get rebounds. It's just their offense. So this is not a bad team. But when you have a team like Alabama who has struggled to be consistent as far as our efficiency from the three-point line and attacking the boards, you kind of can live with it when you're shooting 48%, almost 50% from the three-point line, and you're still tapping the boards with 42 boards. So looking forward for Alabama's schedule as I kind of pull it up. I think the next game, like I said, we got Tennessee. Alabama men's basketball versus Tennessee. I think it's the next match. Yeah, Tennessee this Saturday. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. I might be at Baumhauer's to watch that one because that's going to be one to watch. And I think my little crew of Bama should be in there to watch that. And then again, we host Florida on the 5th, which is next Tuesday or Wednesday, I want to say. Tuesday, right? And then the final game of the season, the 8th, is next Saturday at Auburn. I might go down to the Plains and be in this Auburn. Well, actually, no. I will be in Charlotte. I will be in Charlotte on the 8th. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. I'll be in Charlotte on the 8th. We have an assignment. Coach Smook Network has an assignment that I think you all are going to enjoy. Lee Bay has a opportunity that she's going to explore, and I'm gonna tell you how profound it is. He'll set it up when it's really his. When he's ordained something, he'll set it up to where your business trip or your work can become like a pleasure trip too, because we're actually being hosted at an event for our brands, and that's something that I never saw was going to happen. It was never a plan. And then I get to see some family. So Charlotte, March 8th, while Alabama will be whooping up on Auburn. Like I said, they came to our house and took one. I think it's only right that we go down to the Plains and we go down there and we do what we got to do to come out the SEC. Because these two games, these games could change the seeding. Auburn has a schedule. Let's kind of talk about it because the SEC men's wind down to the end of the season is pretty interesting. How this is unfolding with the amount of seeds amount of bids going into NCAA tournament, first of all, but the amount of ranked opponents we have to close the season out, and what a loss in either one of the top 3 spots in the conference or top 4 spots can do as far as the seeding going into the tournament and your NCAA tournament resume. Looking at they went and handled business at home against Ole Miss. They have to go to Kentucky. A lot of people think that Kentucky is overrated. I think Kentucky at home plays a lot better than they do on the road. We saw that quality team come in and play us again, right? I think they might show up against Auburn tomorrow. They might show up again against Auburn tomorrow at noon. And then you got Texas A&M. They got to go to Texas A&M. The SEC. The scary thing about the SEC right now, a team like A&M who might have got blown out. I forget who they got blown out by recently, but A&M can have that little stadium, that gym rocking, and that'll throw off an Auburn team. But like I said, Auburn has proven what they're capable of doing, and the quality of depth that they have. It'll take a miracle. And then the season ender, imagine us being tied conference records, right? Tied conference records, and this be the game that separates 1 and 2 going into the SEC tournament. Both teams need to do is win out to get the double bye. That's what both teams are headed for. But seeding and everything, resume matters when you talk about tournament, the region you get projected to because you conference, all of that matters. And our Crimson Tide men are locked in, and I think we have a good chance to finish the season off strong. Starting this Saturday with Tennessee, once again, Tennessee is a quality team. They're going to put full court pressure on the ball. They're going to try to get up and down the floor. Kind of like what we saw LSU try to do to our ladies last night. Off the scores, they had a leak. They had somebody streaking off the inbound, and they started the game with 6 quick points, that type of style. Tennessee will do that to the men's team. Tennessee men's team will do that to teams because they don't have the best execution rate and efficiency in half court sets, which is something that I said about our men's team. We don't have the high quality half court execution that you would want from a team that needs, that lives and dies by the 3. Last game wasn't because half court sets. It was literally getting in transition, moving the ball. And that's what our team needs to do. Any team that can stop us in transition or disrupt our transition game is going to have a good chance against us. How we attack the boards and get the ball out in transition and create off of that is going to be key to Alabama men's basketball success going forward to season. Y'all, I am blazing through these topics, and I feel like I am cooking. Chat, if y'all are feeling it, give your boy some fire in the chat. Do I even have music on in the background? Do I have music on? I think I do. Is the music loud? Is the music loud? Let me know. Is the music loud? Has the music been loud the whole time and y'all just ain't told me? Talk to me, chat. My boy Zach said he cooking. Is that Davin that pulled up? What's good, Davin? My brother Davin that pulled up. Good to see you, man. If the men's team can stay consistent and limit turnovers, facts. That's what I said, Megan. And the thing is, we have an explosive team. Aiden Highway and LeBaron Filan, I think they need to be our starting guards and let Mark Sears come. I mean, even if I say spurt Mark Sears early, right? Let him play the first 6 minutes. Set the tone. If he's hot, I'm staying cooked. Because if your offense is driving around him and he gets stopped or he gets at a standstill, the other guys, they don't have the assertiveness to create when Sears is slowed down. So the reason why I like Filan in the game, because he's not waiting. If something slows down, he's moving to the next option. And that in turn, it wakes up guys like Chris Youngblood. It wakes up guys like Stevenson. It wakes up guys like Diabate. Like it wakes up even Cliff in the high pick and roll game. Like when the guards are assertive, it wakes those guys up. Even when Granton takes it upon himself to take some key possessions and really take quality shots on the offensive side, but really bear down on the defensive end, that's when we see this team really start to thrive. So I'm excited about that. What's up, Kristen? How you feeling, sis? the homie in the crib. But yeah, man, I really do think this team is set up to make a quality push if Coach Oates can really get them to stay bought into the defense. The defensive pressure is the key for this team. Volume on the offensive side means you got to create more opportunities from the defense. You start on the defensive side, you force more turnovers, you take care of the ball, you get more shots up with shooters. Shooters are going to hit. The more they shoot, the more likely they are to hit. You got to create that with your defensive pressure. And that's what this Alabama team is going to have to do in order to make a push to win the conference, right? To beat Auburn at the end of the season, to beat Tennessee tomorrow. We're going to have to amp up that defensive intensity and create our offense in transition off of that, take care of the ball, and we should handle that game. Not going to say it's going to be a blowout, but it's going to be a quality game. What's up, Russ? How you feeling? How you feeling? Welcome in. Had to pull up. Proud of you. Proud of you. Looks around. Ooh, it's real clean in here. I see. Oh yeah. Yes, sis. You know, we had to. You know, we talked about it. Had to get rid of the junk. And we shaping this thing up. I'm moving in to the new spot in a few weeks. So right now that base spot, I got confirmation right before I came in on live. We got approval. 2 days ago, we thought we was gonna be at a standstill with something, but now we got approval. So in 2 weeks, your boy will be moving into his spot. I'm excited. Well, I approve. I don't know if I'm gonna be actually moving in 2 weeks, but we'll see. But we're good. We're in a good spot. So that's exciting. But welcome in, sis. Welcome back. And as you come in, like and share the stream, please, y'all. Like and share the stream. Let me get our sponsor banner. Y'all done let me got into this whole conversation and not talk about our sponsors or anything. Let me show some love to our sponsors real quick. And don't forget, we still accept super chats, all of that, gifted subs and everything on the channel. You want to do that is right there below us in the banner there. And make sure you're following your boy on all socials, at Coach Smook on all socials. We're really pushing for our follow goals. Our Twitter, we hit our 5K on Twitter. We went from like 4.6 to 5K in the last 2 weeks, so 400 new followers. And a lot of that has been driven because of our Check Them Out Coach segment. I love the fact that these athletes are reaching out, and the fact that I'm realizing that a lot of them, not some of them, but a lot of them are starting to get some real exposure, and they're starting to have conversation with different programs, different universities, things of that nature. And I'm not saying it's because of us. We just so happen to be able to connect and talk to the people at the right time. The right people are scrolling through our channel. Y'all know me, I promote Coach Smook Network everywhere. Maybe it's just so happened to be on Thursdays where people remember that, hey, I remember I ran into this dude, but was at my bonus son's baseball game yesterday evening and ran into a baseball player. And the young man plays football at one of the local schools here. And he was actually on the team of one of the top running backs in the state at AC8. And it was a highlight reel that I was looking at. He's actually in on that highlight. And I was like, I kind of just remembered the energy on the field. One of those hard-working players, and I told him anything I could do to assist him if he's trying to play at the next level. That's what I want to do. And it's not a put on. It's really a come on. Let's help every athlete that wants to make it to the next level. Let's help them. Let's help them get to the next level. And that's what my mission is right now. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Last topic of the day, last topic of the evening here before we get off and just kind of break this thing down. And I can't forget my people on Twitter. I can't forget my people on Twitter. If you're on Twitter and you want to be seen, go ahead and retweet it, and I'll bring the tweet up on the screen. Yeah. All right. I just wanted to make sure I hit all my banners today because we trying to become official, y'all. But spring football. Woo! It's not the season, right? It's not the season, but it's definitely football and real. And we're going to have some real topics to talk about. I've kind of been telling y'all some of the things that I've been hearing with spring ball, but I will have the media availability schedule as far as when we'll be on site and providing coverage, team reporting coverage, but we're actually working on collabing with a couple of other sources, right? And I'm talking about like on-site collaborations, live collaborations, basically in-site collaborations, all the things. Because the thing is, I'm privileged enough to be in a spot where the red tape we're working around, that we're trying to work through, we've stayed consistent in our authenticity enough to where people don't mind walking us through the process, and that's what I'm enjoying. But at the same time, while walking through the process, we're definitely going to continue to push and help the brand get that type working growth, so that we're trusted in all of these areas. So it's a lot of things that I talk about in members only videos or in lives like this that literally are approved. And it's things that I get told that I will never, until approved, I won't speak on. So that's what we're working on here. And when it comes to that type of level of relationship networking that you want to build, is lives like this where you don't want to miss. Because coming into this off season, guys, the rotation. If somebody puts out a depth chart, they're lying to you. If anybody puts out a depth chart and say that they got some type of inside scoop about a depth chart and where Tyson is going to be and where this person is going to be and who this group of receivers is going to start and this offensive line group is going to start, they're lying to you. There's 100% belief and there's 100%, I guess I wouldn't say 100%. There's a lot of evidence around the program right now during the fourth quarter workouts, and even just some of the things that are being said from the staff, from the students on different platforms and different interviews. And talk is cheap but it's some things like, if you listen to the message from last year, it was kind of like we have a PR motive. This year is kind of like, I feel like everybody feels that they have. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to competing for being a part of what Alabama is going to be on the field next year, everybody in that locker room, from every scholarship player to every preferred walk-on, feels like they have a realistic chance. And when you have that, there's a lot of hunger. There's a lot of quality animosity. Animosity could be quality, but you have a lot of competitive nature in the locker room. And we all know when you put your best talent out there and you breed an environment or you breed an atmosphere for a competition, right? Not privilege, right? Nothing's going to be handed to you. Everything is earned. One of our sponsors, they earn, not given. That's what Diamond Sports Group stands by. And that's a mantra, and that's a mindset that needs to be sustained at the University of Alabama. If you are not been paying attention or haven't been watching, the Tide That Binds, that show, the fact that they were filming it last season, and a lot of stuff that's being released and said in that show, a lot of people they're going to pay attention to what I say this season. First of all, they're going to pay attention to what Coach Smook was this season. But a lot of people are going to check themselves because I'm very close with the Formby family. I don't know if y'all know that. Have a very well established relationship with that family, and it's going on 2.5 years now that I've been able to kind of watch their family be what their family is, and I what they do, for their sons and for the community of Tuscaloosa, not just University of Alabama, for the community. And to hear Wilkin, publicly say that on the screen, knowing that this was going to be a production that was going to be played and edited and put, but to be open, it tells that these players care about upholding the standard. Same thing with Caden Proctor. A lot of people look at it at a surface level of him leaving and what that, him not having his buddies, but I look at it on a different level. Like, I guarantee you, Caden Proctor didn't talk to Nick Saban every day. Proctor, even though Wilkin is his brother, they didn't spend every waking moment together. It was the environment in Tuscaloosa, Kalen DeBoer and their staff, that kind of made him want to open up and give them a real opportunity. And I guarantee you, he doesn't regret it. So you look at the attitude around the players, there's a different sense of much cares for me, right? And when you have that with players, good players, you see what it does. You have players with talent and you can coach them to a national championship game like he did at Washington. Quality players, develop, trust the process, trust the coaching, trust the play call, give 110% every snap, every rep, be accountable. No locker room drama coming out of Washington. None of that was ever under Kalen DeBoer's tutelage or his tenure as a head coach at Aiden Stout. You ask former players that played for him 14, 15 years ago how they feel about him, what was his best quality. I talked to multiple players throughout the weeks, throughout the days, and the fact that each one of them feel like that they have a realistic opportunity. They're going to be given every opportunity to showcase why they should put their talent on the field. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. You had a lot of ifs, ands, and buts last year. A lot of questions, a lot of pushback, a lot of clashes of philosophy, right? Clashes of culture. But I don't think you're going to have that problem this year. There's a level of accountability being held, and I'm glad that it's starting to show up now. Year 2, Coach Kalen DeBoer doing what he does. Same way Coach Saban did. And I'm gonna go back and find that video. I gotta show y'all that video. Shout out to Mary J for being a member for 9 months. My guy Jordan, 9 months. Ayo Sully, I know you've been here longer than that, but with the new page, my boy been over here for 3 months. Good afternoon, my bro. We gotta get Sully reaction up. I get some more reaction back up. But so my thing is this. In this day and age of college football, coming to the spring, a lot of people, with the spring games being adjusted, which to my reminder, Alabama did make the official announcement. The 8A game will kick off on the 15th. The schedule will be put out at a later date when they finalize that. But the actual 8A game is going to be kicking off on the 15th. Practice schedule, I have the practice schedule. I haven't been approved to release it just yet. I don't know when they're going to say that we can start. I don't care to be the first to release it. I don't care. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, we're going to be providing our coverage at the level that we can and our insight. And I can't wait to just see the guys back in action. This is an offseason where guys have gotten healthy. Jalen Hill, Cole Adams, both those guys are expected to be protected. I don't know what facet they're going to be. Well, Jalen Hill should be full go. He was full go back in November. Cole Adams, one of those guys, we're expecting him to be able to participate. His injury was supposed to have him out for 4 months. So whatever level he can participate in, I think that's going to be huge. We got some of the true freshmen on campus. I'm excited about seeing some of our younger guys, Rico Scott, being able to, showcase. I didn't even get an update on Bubba Hampton. I need to get an update on Bubba Hampton. I'm gonna be talking to some of my people. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. He'll be back March 1st. And yeah, that's awesome. Bubba Hampton's back. He'll be back for spring, so that's awesome. Get to see him get some of that work in the slot. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. So spring ball coming up. We all know the quarterback competition is going to be one of those heavy things that everybody's talking about. Everybody going to want to know. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ty's probably going to be first in line. Austin Mack and Keelan Robinson. That's how it should be day one. And I guarantee Keelan Russell coming in with the amount of respect that he has for the program, what it is not a personal thing. He just knows the standard, and he's coming in to compete. And I would to have. It takes a mature athlete. It takes a mature competitor to sit next to somebody and say, I want to be better than you at the sake of us being at our best is going to help the team win. And that's what I want to see transpire in this locker room during the spring. A lot of talent, a lot of young talent, a lot of guys returning. The defense, I think, is about to have the time of their life in the spring. The offense might The offense might lead the spring with the most questions. I think the defense is going to have a field day this spring. If I had to pick who wins the spring, overall, as far as excitement, capturing the headlines, guys improving, I honestly think the defense will have this will be their spring to showcase it. Will the offense be good? Yes. I think we'll see some plays. We'll see some guys get better. But the defense will be humming, and we will see like so much talent because of the depth, the rotational depth over there. And Kane Womack, Mo Linquist, the style of coaching that he's going to really be allowed to implement in that secondary. This defense should have a field day for the spring. And then you got guys like Ty Simpson, gunslinger. He's going to give the defense opportunities with how he's going to sling the ball, man. And you can appreciate that when you have an offense that can be a high-powered and quick-fire offense. But then you want him to be making smart decisions. And I believe this is the time for Ty. Austin Mack, he has a small window of starting at the University of Alabama. And Keelan Russell, I just believe he is going to be the starter at the end of the day. If Ty Simpson doesn't take it and separate week one after the first scrimmage, Keelan Russell will be the starter going into the 2025-26 season. So that's your little Smook insight for spring ball. We got our schedule. We'll be announcing when we'll be doing our team reporting here. Hopefully I'm able to find out today. I'll make a little short video. Tonight, I'm trying to set it up to where I could do a stream tonight. Don't have any big events. Don't have any big games tonight. Nothing really running for the network. I'm going to try to just use this weekend to finish packing, doing what I got to do to move, and be set up. I got a baseball game tomorrow at 11 that I'm going to be at. So got that going. And then Sunday, y'all know the Sunday schedule. Prepare for a fun Monday morning stream, y'all. Prepare for a fun Monday morning stream. And then we'll just work our way through the week. Next Thursday, we'll be doing our Check 'em Out Coach recruiting segment. I'm trying to go and do it at another site to give it a different feel. May pull up on one of the recruits in the local area that we found and actually do the whole show with them and their position, so they evaluate peers and things of that nature. And so y'all just share the word. Help people continue to show up and see these recruits get the exposure, but also see the content that we're providing here on the Coach Smook Network. And like I said, I'm your boy Smook Hines here on the Coach Smook Network. And I'm glad that you all came through this show. Be looking for this live video to be cut up in VODs, anywhere from 10 to 15-minute videos, breaking down your Alabama Crimson Tide and also giving you insight and reactions to your sports news. Be prepared for some NBA playoff reactions. We got, believe it or not, your boy was in a world tournament for hockey, the Four Worlds tournament, whatever it's called. I was into that. That thing was intense. Canada pulled it off, but man, I'm telling you, hockey was really lit last week. So continue to stay tuned. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I appreciate y'all for being here and tapping in. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Keep your notifications on, man. I might have to go live again here soon in about 2 or 3 hours just to share some news with y'all, some breaking news that might break today. And just react to it. I can't break it, but just know you heard first. Something might be happening today. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being supportive and be blessed. Love y'all.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. We keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game.